like, this is what I'm going to do, this is where the hole's going to be, this is when the ball's going to come out. Now all of a sudden you're like a coach on the field because you have all this experience. And then when you have players around that can make plays and you've been in this situation before, and you don't go through your reads too fast because it's like, oh, here comes Curtis out of the backfield and he's setting this guy up, and somebody may come off that who doesn't have as many reps as Curtis and I do, but I know from the leverage of the guy, because it's Curtis, we've done this 200 times before. I'm going to hang on it because I know Curtis is going to win right here. And then Curtis wins. We get the first down. Everybody's saying, gosh, it looks like so easy. Well, it's not so easy. It's because of there's all those reps that it's like I can hang in there and trust it because we've done it before. That's what's hard when you switch coordinators, you bring people in that, they may be coaching something that's not being relayed back to you as the quarterback because they're coaching what they think should be done, and that's not something that's coming from the coordinator. And there's this triangle of players, coaches, assistant coaches where everybody's got to be on the same page. If you want it to look easy, it's never easy. But it looks easy when you've put in so much time and communication and you're all on the same page and you got a lot of reps and a lot of experience. Then it looks easy, but it never really actually is. That makes sense.
Yeah. I think I've been having discussions with individuals about Ty's pro style. So he implements this pro style offense, a lot of under center. It was balanced with some gun and some spread principles as well the first season, but all of a sudden, LSU came about and they weren't able to cross the 50. And it did seem like there was somewhat of a knee-jerk reaction. And all of a sudden, we started to go away from that initial basis that Ty had set up. Do you think that knee-jerk reaction and the switching, I've been told that Ty switched up his offense, his game plans probably 5-6 times this season, some of it due to injury, some of it due to the lack of production from the scheme prior. Was that what led to his demise and he needed more time?
I mean, I think those are all factors in it. I think that there was definite a feeling of we can't do what we've done the whole off season because of all of those things you just talked about. Anytime you feel like you have to make big adjustments because things are happening around you, it makes success difficult. It makes consistency not be there. So, 1 week they're playing a game and somebody gets, a couple guys get injured and they got to tweak things, but then all of a sudden they're not scoring points and they're saying maybe we need to do this week, but then from up above there's things that are coming down like, well, we need to do this more. Make sure you put this in your game plan. So then the coordinator's saying, okay, well, I have to try to make this work because of the injury, so I got to make these changes, but then I also need to appease the voices above that are telling me to do this, and because that has to be done to make this person happy, and then I got to, there's just too many things going on. That's why sometimes, like, success breeds success, because people don't overanalyze. They don't overthink. They don't make these big changes. They do a good job of, all right, we're not going to overanalyze. We're not going to look too much. And if we got to make tweaks, we'll make little ones because, hey, we're winning. We're doing good. And success, like I said, breeds more success. But when all of a sudden it feels like failures are happening and you can't figure out why, I see people tend to hit the panic button. And when you hit the panic button around the play caller and it makes him feel like I got to do this, do that, or tweak things, gosh, then it's like you're fighting this weird battle that, and I've been a part of it at both levels, college and the NFL, and it happens a lot. It happens to teams all the time. You can go in the NFL right now and look at teams that everybody thought was going to be doing a good job, and I guarantee those exact same things are happening at those places. With the coordinators, with the quarterbacks, with the injuries, all those same things. It's a part of football. And I think that's why so many coaches that have a lot of experience, they're able to handle that just a little bit better than the ones that are newer at it.
So enlightening. That familiarity with your coaching staff could pay dividends, but BYU hasn't had that luxury to they've always had to kind of build and kind of connect all these different parts and try to figure out their scheme once they've arrived at BYU. And I think that has probably led to some of our issues offensively. John, thank you so much for hopping on with us. Very enlightening, man. Thank you.
Yep, you guys are welcome.
If you're like me, you're in the middle class looking for secure investments. You want stable, non-fluctuating returns. You want passive income that's manageable come tax season. My 401k and my retirement don't give me the returns I'm looking for. I want to get into commercial real estate, I'll be honest with you. But I'm not an accredited investor. In enters CRE2U.com, CRE2U.com, with tenant in common real estate deeds. Think fractional ownership of long-term, single-tenant, triple-net lease properties with corporate guarantees. Go to CRE2U.com, your gateway to commercial real estate.
All too often, kids in our community struggle to maintain the most basic need, stable housing. On any given night in the Twin Cities, as many as 2,500 kids are couch hopping or going with no shelter at all. Greater Twin Cities United Way believes it's time to create a future where every child has a safe place to call home. Join us in the fight to end youth homelessness in the Twin Cities at gtcuw.org.